Arman had grown up like a ghost in his own home. His parents praised his younger brother for every tiny achievement. His sister got unconditional support, endless gifts, and every door opened for her. But Arman? He was the invisible one, the one no one waited for at dinner, the one whose achievements were lucky accidents, the one whose dreams were met with silence. He stopped expecting anything long ago. Tonight, though, the silence felt heavier. His brother was celebrating a new internship. His sister showed off a new phone. His parents were full of smiles, none of which were directed toward Arman, who stood quietly at the corner. "Arman, move aside," his mother muttered while walking past him. "Don't stand there looking lost," his father added, and that was the only sentence they said to him the entire evening. No one remembered his scholarship result. No one asked how his day was. No one noticed the disappointment on his face. But at midnight, everything changed. Arman collapsed on his desk, exhausted from studying and a day full of emotional fatigue. His heartbeat slowed, his vision blurred, and before he could react, everything turned black. When he opened his eyes, he was back. Back in his old small room, back to being 17 again. Back to the time before things had gone horribly wrong. He stood up, shaking. This can't be real. But it was. He remembered everything from his previous life, the betrayals, the loneliness, the years of being ignored, until the day he died with nothing but regrets. Not this time. This life was going to be different. This time, he wouldn't be invisible. This time, they would know his worth. And one day, the same family who ignored him would be bragging about the son they once pretended didn't exist. Arman looked into the mirror, eyes burning with determination. Rebirth or miracle? Whatever this is, he whispered. I'm not wasting it. Chapter 2. The First Step Toward Greatness. The morning sun filtered through Arman's curtains. But unlike before, he woke with a clear purpose. Rebirth wasn't just a second chance. It was a weapon. He checked his old study table. The same worn-out wood, the same scratched edges. But this time he smiled. He remembered every mistake from his previous life. Every opportunity he failed to take. Every skill he learned too late. Every person who deceived him. Not again. He opened his notebook and wrote 3 words. Knowledge is power. In his past life, he became successful too late, when the world had already beaten him down. But now, he had years of future knowledge in his hands. He quickly outlined his first goals. Master the skills he knew would be trending soon. Win the scholarship that would open doors later. Build confidence and connections early. Never let his family's ignorance affect him again. Downstairs, the usual chaos of favoritism had already begun. His mother fussed over his brother's breakfast. His sister showed off a trendy accessory. His father read the newspaper without looking at him. Same house, same people, but Arman was no longer the same Arman. He walked to the table and calmly sat down. His father frowned like he was seeing him for the first time. What's with this confidence? He asked. Arman didn't flinch. He simply replied, I just realized my time is too valuable to waste. His mother raised an eyebrow. His brother sneered. His sister smirked. They thought he was bluffing. Let them. Soon. They would see the new Arman, the one they couldn't ignore even if they tried. After breakfast, he went straight to the school library, not to study the present, but to prepare for the future. He downloaded upcoming tech trends, business models, future exam formats, everything he remembered before dying. His mind was sharper than ever, and for the first time in years he felt alive. This life, he whispered, I will build something they can never take away. And this was only the beginning. Chapter 3. The Rise Begins. For the first time in years, Arman walked through school halls without shrinking into the background. People didn't notice him yet, but they would. He attended classes calmly, absorbing lessons he already knew far better than the teachers. Every formula, every lecture, every example felt like revision, not learning. During math class, the teacher wrote a complex problem on the board. Everyone stared blankly. Arman already knew the solution. He had solved the same problem years later in his past life during an advanced course. Anyone? The teacher asked. Silence. Arman raised his hand. The class turned, surprised. Arman never volunteered before. He was the quiet one, the one who blended in. Yes, Arman? The teacher asked, almost confused. Arman stood, walked to the board, and solved the entire equation with stable, confident strokes. Not rushed, not shaky, just controlled. When he finished, the teacher blinked. Students whispered. His old self would have enjoyed the attention. His new self didn't care. This wasn't for them. It was for the future he was building. After school, he went to the computer lab, a place he rarely visited before Rebirth. He knew exactly which programming languages, and digital skills would be in high demand. HTML, Python, data analytics, AI basics. He typed line after line of code, progressing at a speed no beginner should have. But he wasn't a beginner at all. He was a man reborn with years of experience. While others wasted time gossiping or scrolling through social media, Arman built skill after skill, foundations of the empire he would create. Later, as he walked home, his brother and his friends crossed paths with him. "Oh, look," his brother laughed. "The invisible guy thinks he's smart now." Arman didn't react. Not a flinch. Not a word. He simply walked past them. His silence was sharper than any insult. He heard his brother mutter, "What's wrong with him?" Nothing was wrong. Everything was beginning. At home, Arman locked his door, grabbed his notebook, and began writing the blueprint of his new life. The skills to master, the opportunities to seize, mistakes to avoid, goals for the next 6 months, a future events he would use to his advantage. He looked at the page and smiled. "They ignored me for years," he whispered. "But soon, they won't be able to." This was the day Arman truly started to rise. Chapter 4. The First Shockwave. Arman woke before sunrise, not because someone forced him, but because he wanted to. His small room was still dark as he opened his laptop, continuing the project he'd started the night before. A simple website that would later evolve into a high-earning platform he remembered from his past life. In his previous timeline, he discovered this idea too late. Someone else became a millionaire from it. This time he would be first. By the time morning light touched his desk, Arman had built more progress than most people could in a week. But today held something even more important. The inter-school academic quiz. He remembered it well. In his past life, his school lost miserably. His brother mocked him the entire day, bragging about how he would have won if he cared. But Arman knew the questions in advance. He knew the pattern, he knew the answers that would appear, and he knew this was his first chance to make noise. When he reached school, the principal was addressing the participants. "Is anyone willing to join last minute? One of our students is absent." Students looked away. No one wanted to embarrass themselves. Arman stepped forward. The room fell silent. "You want to join?" the teacher asked, shocked. "You've never participated before." Arman simply nodded. "Give me the spot." His classmates exchanged puzzled looks. "Arman, quiet Arman, invisible Arman. Now volunteering?" They thought he'd humiliate himself. They were wrong. The competition begins. Students from 3 schools lined up. Microphones, projectors, judges. The hall looked serious. But Arman felt like he was watching a replay. The first question flashed on the screen. A boy buzzed in early and answered wrong. Arman buzzed second. "Correct," the judge said. Whispers spread. "Next question." "Buzz." "Correct." "Next." "Buzz." "Correct." By the 10th question, the judges began staring at him as if he was a phenomenon. Even the rival teams looked shaken. His classmates? Mouths open, eyes wide. No one had expected this, not even the teachers. Arman kept answering with calm precision, voice steady, confidence rising. He didn't gloat. He didn't smirk. He didn't need to. His results did it for him. After the win. When the competition ended, the announcer spoke into the mic. Top scorer of the entire event. Arman Khan. His classmates clapped awkwardly, shocked more than supportive. But someone wasn't clapping. His brother. He stood at the back, staring at Arman with disbelief and irritation. "Since when?" his brother muttered. "Since Rebirth," Arman thought. As Arman stepped out of the hall, some boys approached him. "Bro, you were insane today." "How did you answer so fast?" "Join our study group, man." He nodded politely but didn't slow down. He didn't want friends. He wanted a future. And today was only the first shockwave. Chapter 5. The first door opens. Arman reached home earlier than usual, carrying the gold medal the principal had placed around his neck. He didn't brag. He didn't explain. He simply walked inside. His family, as expected, didn't notice. His brother was busy playing games. His mother was cooking. His uncle, the one who always compared him to others, was scrolling through Facebook. But something unexpected happened. His teacher called home. "Congratulations," she said loudly through the speaker. "Your son was the star of the competition today. He scored higher than every other school." His mother froze. His uncle slowly raised his head. Even his brother paused his game. For the first time in 5 years, the house went silent. Silent because of Arman. His mother's voice shook. "Arman, you won?" He nodded once, placing the medal on the table. His brother scoffed. "Probably luck," he muttered. But there was no confidence in his voice, just jealousy. His uncle forced a smile. "That's impressive, Arman. Well done." Arman didn't respond. Their praise meant nothing. Not anymore. He had lived through a life where their approval was a luxury he never received. Now in this second life, he didn't crave it. He only wanted progress. The job that changed everything. That night, while everyone slept, Arman continued coding. Lines of code filled his laptop screen. His project slowly turning into a functional prototype. At 3:14 a.m., a message popped up. "Are you available for freelance work? We need a quick bug fix." From a developer's forum he had joined earlier. Arman recognized the username. In his previous life, this person had given him his first ever online job. It changed everything for him. Back then, he applied desperately. Now the opportunity came to him. He replied calmly, "Yes, I can handle it." He finished the bug fix in 11 minutes, using knowledge from years ahead. The client responded instantly. "Damn, that was fast. Sending $120 now. Can you take more tasks?" Arman stared at the screen. In his past life, $120 took him a month to earn. Tonight it took 11 minutes. And this was only the beginning. His hands trembled, not from excitement, but from focus. He felt the future shifting. A door that once took him years to reach had opened early. His brother wasn't the smartest. His family wasn't supportive. But soon, they would have no choice but to notice. Because greatness has a sound. And Arman had just begun making noise. Chapter 6. When success starts making noise. Arman woke up earlier than usual, even though he had barely slept. Not because he was excited, but because momentum had finally started. His inbox was full of new messages. "Can you fix our app crashes? Are you available for a 2-day project? Heard you're fast. Can you help?" In his past life, he had begged for these chances. Now people begged him. He took 3 tasks. Completed them with the speed only someone who lived this life twice could achieve, and earned more in one morning than his father earned in a week. The family begins to notice. At breakfast, his mother casually asked, "Arman, you're up early. Something special?" He simply replied, "Work." His brother laughed. "Work? You don't even have a job." But the laughter died when Arman's phone buzzed loudly. 3 payment notifications, one after another. $70, $140, $210. His mother's eyebrows lifted. His brother stared, eyes widening. Even his uncle, sipping tea in the corner, nearly choked. Arman stayed calm. This time, he didn't hide. He turned the phone screen slightly, letting them see. "I told you," he said quietly. "I'm working." For the first time ever. They were speechless. The shift in the air. His brother approached him later. "Hey, can you teach me how to earn online too?" The same brother who once mocked him. The same brother his parents always favored. Arman didn't answer immediately. He simply looked at him. Really looked at him. In his past life, he had taught him everything. But his brother had stolen his clients and destroyed his reputation. "Not in this timeline." Arman smiled politely, but his words were cold. "I'm still learning. Maybe later." His brother's jaw tightened. The shift had begun. A new opportunity appears. As Arman continued working, another email arrived. "We are looking for a young developer for a long-term contract. Your work has been recommended. Can we schedule a video call?" This email, this exact opportunity changed his entire life in his previous timeline. But it came years later. Now it was happening 5 years early. Arman's heart beat faster, but his expression remained calm. "This is the rebirth I earned," he thought. He clicked accept. The road to becoming the person his family would brag about was officially wide open. Chapter 6. When success starts making noise. Arman woke up earlier than usual, even though he had barely slept. Not because he was excited, but because momentum had finally started. His inbox was full of new messages. "Can you fix our app crashes? Are you available for a 2-day project?" Heard you're fast. Can you help? In his past life, he had begged for these chances. Now people begged him. He took 3 tasks, completed them with the speed only someone who lived this life twice could achieve, and earned more in one morning than his father earned in a week. The family begins to notice. At breakfast, his mother casually asked, "Arman, you're up early. Something special?" He simply replied, "Work." His brother laughed. "Work? You don't even have a job." But the laughter died when Arman's phone buzzed loudly. 3 payment notifications, one after another. $80, $140, $210. His mother's eyebrows lifted. His brother stared, eyes widening. Even his uncle, sipping tea in the corner, nearly choked. Arman stayed calm. This time, he didn't hide. He turned the phone screen slightly, letting them see. "I told you," he said quietly. "I'm working." For the first time ever. They were speechless. The shift in the air. His brother approached him later. "Hey, can you teach me how to earn online too?" The same brother who once mocked him. The same brother his parents always favored. Arman didn't answer immediately. He simply looked at him. Really looked at him. In his past life, he had taught him everything. But his brother had stolen his clients and destroyed his reputation. "Not in this timeline." Arman smiled politely, but his words were cold. "I'm still learning. Maybe later." His brother's jaw tightened. The shift had begun. A new opportunity appears. As Arman continued working, another email arrived. "We are looking for a young developer for a long-term contract. Your work has been recommended. Can we schedule a video call?" This exact opportunity changed his entire life in his previous timeline. But it came years later. Now it was happening 5 years early. Arman's heart beat faster, but his expression remained calm. "This is the rebirth I earned," he thought. He clicked accept. The road to becoming the person his family would brag about was officially wide open.